Happy 4th. In this video, I want to take a minute and go over the utility stocks. As you can see, this is XLU. They've been on a tear here. Also, the strongest performing sector on Friday. Just take a quick look at this chart. We're showing relative strength. Momentum looks good. RSI looks good. We got volume coming into it. Volume on the downside, but volume is picking up here for the push back up. They also look at XLU as a defensive sector, and we have clear signs the economy is slowing. And that's actually hard on energy plays and crude. We may see some more downside on them with the economy slowing, less people driving. But one thing about all these reports, they're all focusing on uh, consumers and their energy bills, their utility bills, how they are rising, and there's going to be cutting needs or cutting things out in life, like maybe the second cup of coffee. And for some people, unfortunately, the first cup of coffee, gas, just in general, cutting back on things. But all these articles are constantly mentioned their need to cut back to afford to pay the utility bill. So, that's just a sign for people saying, hey, all right, we have, companies like MU and GM, they're guiding down. But we have these utility companies that everybody's, we can clearly see just in his reports alone that the utility bills are rising on the rise, and people are struggling with that. So while these other companies like MU and GM are guiding down, the utility companies is where the money's going to be coming into. We're coming into earnings season. So earnings season starts on Wednesday the 13th, no, Thursday the 14th. And it always starts with banks. Um, we also have the FOMC minute release for June this week at 2 p.m. on June 6th. So that's another big date. CPI is on the 13th, and the Fed meeting itself, the FOMC meeting, is on Wednesday, the 27th of July. So let's keep those numbers in mind. But let's get back to the charts here, and I want to show you why. I know it kind of looks like, wow, we've missed it, but you really haven't, and I'll show you why I'm saying that. So you can see your 9 swooping down. I would just absolutely love to see these base here, see a candle Tuesday, make sure we open above that 50, put a base in here and let the 9 catch up, but it may not do that. We'll see. This is a weekly chart of AEE. I don't have the weeklies for every chart in here, but we did add quite a few weeklies, trying to keep it as short as possible. But you can see here, we have the weekly chart. We have a set of pipe bottoms down here. Now, we're also going to look at some pipe bottoms. We're going to look at some tweezer bottoms. There is a difference, and you don't have to recognize, every little thing about these candle patterns, as long as you can recognize that they're bullish. The pipe bottom is a very strong pattern off the weekly chart. The one thing that worries me right now is in some of these, we are still under this downtrend. In AEE, we were able to push up out of the downtrend. The moving averages are, we're above our moving averages. You can see they're trying to turn up. But we are. So Tuesday, I would like to see a candle open, to see next week's candle open up above that downtrend. And the buy signal for a pipe bottom would be the close of the basically the breakout candle closing above the tallest candle. So you can see this is the candle we're looking for the buy signal on. So we're really not as oversold as it looks. You're going to see a lot of these charts do look alike. But there's some other type of patterns in here too. There's some double bottoms in here too. So you almost got a shakeout candle down here. You see the spinning top with the wicks on it. So you would preferably see a hammer candle, but seeing those wicks down there, you're seeing that there's some resistance, actually some resistance in both ways. Still getting some selling pressure, but there's a big battle going on there. And you can see the bears run. They run them right out of shares and ripped it up. We based here at the 200 and exploded above that, exploded above the 50. This 9's trying to catch up. So we do have some resistance here. I have a line that I drew off this inverted head and shoulders. This was a previous pattern that was posted to Facebook on one of those watch lists. I also want to say, check if you're looking to play options with these, check your open interest and make sure you have plenty of open interest into these. A lot of these are not the greatest option plays, depending on what style of options you're playing. But they would look good in the portfolios who are looking to recover some losses, or even just to get some gains. I would be taking profits. If you do buy these, please take profits. Don't just sit into them thinking they're going to continue to go up. Responsibly trade everything, especially in this market. LNT weekly chart. So this is still a pipe bottom. They want to see, so basically you're looking for candles that open up pretty much right on the same line. Uh, but we need to see at least 67% of the candle body filled, the previous candle body. You can see this candle opened up and closed above this, so that's your buy signal right there. You want to make sure we open up above that 20. And I preferably would like to see the candle doesn't have to close. I'd want to get a daily close of a candle and see the weekly candle above this line. It's what I would personally be looking for. I won't be playing any of these. I'd be doing my normal day trades like I always do. In the Discord, you get the trade alerts. So you got AEE daily chart, and you can see this looks a lot like what we just seen. Some people would call this a V bottom. Some people could look at it as a cup. Some of them do look more cuppish. The others do look more like V bottoms. This is ARTNA. So this is a double bottom here. So you got a confirmed double bottom. That line's drawn way too far down. That should only come down to the bottom of that line, and that fits into it perfectly. So we got a breakout. This would be your neckline now. We got a breakout. Not only did we get a breakout, but we got above this previous resistance level. So if this candle opens up above that previous resistance level, yeah, we should get a nice move up. So I answered a question tonight in Facebook group from a member. Nathan asked about a little bit about measuring some of the patterns. One of the posts that we did. So you got basically an almost 8.67% move there. So as what to expect would be to draw. You could do just like this, and that would be the measured move would be. So you're looking at 8% to the upside. That didn't quite work out like I wanted it to. I don't have enough chart. I need to start from up here and work the way down to keep it the same size move. But so you would be looking for an 8% move above the neckline. I don't do measured moves, but that's how you're looking uh, to get like a price target on patterns. I personally do not trade like that. I trade level for level. So I would be looking for going back in time, looking for my nearest resistance level there and playing level for level. That's just how I trade. I trade from level to level, and have no problems taking profits and getting back in if needed. Have a double bottom here as well on the weekly. So we have a double bottom on the daily and weekly. The weekly has closed above the neckline. Preferably want to get a weekly the weekly candle open on Tuesday above this resistance or support level. We are outside the Bollinger Bands. Tell you Bollinger Bands are opening up. We are outside, so I would like to see the candle open up a little lower and respect that, or possibly even pull back and test to retest the support level would probably be textbook move. ATO, you can see a lot of these charts are going to look just like one another. You can see we come down here, got a shakeout on the 50, pushed up, put a flag in here, flagged on the 20, took out the 50. Just a nice nines coming up, just a nice setup, nice bullish setup. In a situation like this, you can draw a line across here and look for resistance, or you could draw a straight line across here because you can see we struggled there, so that may see a struggle there again. If you buy into these, trade them responsibly, but they are more of a safety name, and what we're coming into right now, they may really try to come after them. ATO, once again, you have your pipe bottom down here. We closed first candle that closed above the previous. That's a strong candle. So you don't have much wick on the bottom. You don't have much wick on the top. That's a very strong candle. That's just telling you right there the bulls were in control from the time they opened that candle to the time they closed that candle. MACD is changing characters. RSI looks good. Not really showing relative strengths yet. Well, we are actually. It is showing some relative strength, the size of those candles. But we want to see this push up above that line. That's a big area for it, is getting above that downtrend. But if they push up above that downtrend, they're probably going to move. This is AVA, another one with a double bottom. Very nice setup here, very similar to what we just looked at. Took your neckline out, your Bollinger Bands are opening up, your moving averages are coming up. Put in a little base there before it took the neckline out. Would like to see it base here and hold that support. So this is AVA. We had this cup here. So we had this little cup, and you look at this this is a double bottom it's put in, but kind of a handle it's putting in here. So when this pushes up, I would watch this area right here. We could see some resistance right here. Draw your line across, and probably right there where your Bollinger Band is around the 46.69 area. But you definitely want to keep an eye out on that particular area, because you may see a reaction, see some resistance, and you just need to be ready to take profits. BKH, once again, look at your pattern. I didn't quite respect the trend line here, but you could probably re-angle this and still be able to keep it on some touching candles. But it did dip below the 50 and took the 50 out. Took one level resistance out and closed just below the next level resistance on the way up. Then it opened up and just ripped through that. Took the moving averages out, but right at this trend line. So the trend line's a big area for BKH. And you can see the same setup here on the daily that we've been looking at. This one's not quite as deep, a little more rounded down here. Doesn't really have the shakeout down here neither. Got a little flag here. This looks more like a cup. It's just a little lower on one side. Looks like a cup with a candle. So Friday's candle open and ripped. And that's, once again, it's people looking for defensive names. There's a lot of people noticing this market is slowing down. BEP, this is trading in actually a descending wedge or a falling wedge here, or descending triangle, I'm sorry. So this is actually bearish, but we keep coming back testing this resistance level, and by the rest of them being as bullish as they are, this one may be worth watching to break out. I would let it get above that 200. If it does break out, I'd want to see it above that 200. This is the daily. You can see the weekly. So we had this nice descending channel here. We broke up out of it, and it's basically descending, or is it coming back retesting this support level before it pushes up? And the chart actually looks bearish, but as bullish as the rest of them look, this one may be a late bloomer. You're still below your moving averages there. Once again, I'd like to be above that cluster of moving averages before I even thought about going bullish on it. D, Dominion, this is a strong setup here as well. Same thing, closed above this 50. I like them better if the 9 catches up, but they may not put a base in here. Watching Tuesday morning, is that weekly candle going to open up above that 50? That's a very big area. DUK, this is Duke. Same pattern. I would be drawing a line right through here to see, and it looks like we've already took that downtrend out. FTS, this is another one that got posted to the Facebook watch list. This little symmetrical triangle here went up into resistance, based and pushed, come back, retested that same area, pushed, put in a double top. Not perfect, but come back, and you could tell basically put in a lower high, and got a low. You're looking for a lower low, but it's come back to life, and it's back above this. Not as clean as the rest of them, but it is back above that support level. Still need to take that 50 out. So I would like to see this base up here in this area for a day or two, let this 9 catch up, and then take that 50 out. That would be the ideal setup. Don't really want it to get too far away from that 50. GNE, this is a little different setup. Matter of fact, this whole list closed strong Friday, except for this one stock was actually red on Friday, but I like the setup. So look at the daily or the weekly. You have this big cup here. So obviously, if we did the measured move like we did a while ago, I would only be measuring to the lowest candle. But this could be building up for a big move. I don't, I don't recommend trying to trade it like that at all. I recommend checking your levels and trading it level for level. So your next resistance levels, that would be your profit. Is where you take your profits. Look for the level beyond that. Then you take some profits until you get your reversal, and then you get out. You get to look for the signals. So we pushed up and pulled back, but like I say, I do like this. I like the weekly chart, so there is a chance that we could be going for a big breakout here. Obviously, let the breakout happen. Don't buy now. You need a weekly candle to open up above this resistance line. NWN. This did not pull back as far and did get below the 200 or the 50. Started looking bearish there. Was able to reclaim it. You can see we took the 9 back, pushed into the 20, flagged back to the 9, then ripped over the 20. This 9 is still, so this is still a very nice setup. We're still very close to the 9. I would look for this area right here, draw a line across the top of here. That's your first level of resistance to worry about. I would be drawing the line all the way across just to see how that lined up. But I do like this chart. I think it has, and this is so let's go back. This is the daily. So we have that set up right there. But this is the weekly. You have basically a bottom ascending or ascending triangle down here. And we come down, touch once, back up, very close to touching there. I could probably move this line a little bit and get that two touch. So that should be our second point. Two touch points. This is a good chance, a nice strong candle off the 9, back above your 200 here. This blue line here's your 200. So that closed above the 200. There's a good chance it's going to want to rip. I'd be letting it. There is room to make money between here and there, but I personally would want it to close, to have a candle, take that out and close above that line. Let a candle open up above it. If you try trading it now, just be ready to take profits at that resistance level. OGS, this is kind of a wild one here, but it did flag, and when it flagged back into your 9, it was able to push up above the 20. So I still like that. We do have the 50 here. I would need to see that get above the 50. Very strong candle on Friday. Once again, we opened up and the bulls were in charge from the time to the end of the day. Just very strong. It lets you know that there was a lot of strength in that move. PAM, tried to put in a bottom down here. They tried to push it down, brought it back up, and the next day they were able to open up above that, chopped around. So this one's powering its way up. You can draw a trend line right down through here. It's probably just about right where we're at. So I need to see this get above this 50, but you're seeing some life coming into this one. It's worth watching. Like I say, not all of these are options, good stocks for options. There's a lot of people out here trading who are not trading options, that these could help them recover some money from some of the losses, and traders who haven't took the losses that some people have, can make money with them as well. But this can be a huge help to some of the people trying to recover some of their losses. But you have to trade them responsibly. This is not financial advice. Everything here is for educational purposes only. Nice strong candle Friday. So we actually opened up here, and you can see they pulled it back. So this opened right there. They pulled it back before it was able to push up. 9's on its way. This one, I do like this one as well, because you're above your resistance levels. You don't have the overhead resistance that a lot of these other ones had. You can see the weekly chart on UTL. You have a cup here with a nice handle. Come back and there's your pipes. Uh, I even like this better when this candle, when the stronger candle is on the right hand side. I seem to I've had better luck with those myself when the stronger candle's on the right hand side and not the left hand side. So you have a strong bullish engulfing leading into a nice strong Mazzuro candle, a full body candle, almost, very little wick there, full body. That's a powerful candle, letting you know that the bulls were in charge from almost to open to close. WEC, this one's more like a V bottom, same pattern, same setup. 9 swooping in, get ready to cross that 20, cross the 200, coming up, crossing the 20. We got momentum, we got relative strength, we got a decent RSI, we got volume coming into it. Another inverted head and shoulders pattern that was posted to the Facebook group for the free watch list that we post in there from time to time. Nice move on that. But back to the pattern, it looks good. Once again, you want to draw a line across there, and it looks like we've actually took the downtrend out. I prefer that better. And we're back to XLU. Hopefully, you're having a great weekend. Hopefully, you're getting some rest and relaxation. Hopefully, you have off tomorrow from the real job, um, and you can enjoy and spend time with your family. If we're doing anything here that helps you, please hit the like button, subscribe. If you would like to learn more about what we're doing or receive our trade alerts, please, check us out in the Discord. Check us out in the Facebook group. There's a lot of educational material there. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram for Catalyst information. Have a good weekend, guys.